hunters here, right? Right. You guys know why Nicholas is here?
No.
Now, I hear a couple of you guys say no, they didn't cover that in the movie, did they?
No.
Did you guys even see Nicholas in the movie?
No.
No? Well, you did, actually. If you guys are watching, those of you who've seen it, when they said Panama and Krista?
Yeah.
It was Krista.
Oh.
Now, don't let him know that he played a girl. Now, why did you guys not recognize Nicholas? What's he missing in the movie that you can see with him here? Go ahead. He's got the white marks on his back. Does anyone know what those white marks are?
Sunburn.
I heard it. Someone said it's sunburn. That's right. He's going to come show you, give you guys a good view of those sunburn. What they are sunburn scars. Now, the reason Nicholas is here with us is because when he was a baby, his mom got very sick and she's stranded. What that means is she went up on a beach on the sand. Now, there's nothing wrong with Nicholas. He was perfectly healthy. However, the way dolphins learn is they copy their moms. So mommy did it, so he did too. Now, the salt water acts like sunscreen for these guys. I wish it would work that well for us, however, it doesn't. Now, what that means is Nicholas could sit in the middle of this pool with the sun shining straight down on him all day long. As long as he dunked himself and kept his skin wet, he would be fine. In fact, if you take a look at him, you may notice he's a little darker than Panama in winter. He kind of has a suntan. Well, once his mom stranded and he went up with her, they were out of the water long enough that they got sunburned. He actually suffered second and third degree burns on over 30% of his body. Now, those burns have since healed, and those white marks are the scars that he will unfortunately have for the rest of his life. Now, he is what we call unreleasable because he was still nursing when he came to us, so he does not have the survival skills necessary to be out in the wild. Basically, he doesn't know how to hunt for fish or avoid predators or anything. I think he's a little ticklish, too. But that's okay because he will have a lifelong home here with us, and he is a wonderful ambassador to his species. Now, he's going to wave to you guys. Feel free to wave. You're going to see here is a lot of training. You're going to see a lot of what we call medical management or husbandry behaviors. We also want to make sure that these guys are healthy and well adjusted physically and mentally. So you'll see some things for physical exercise, like that first behavior he did, the bows, the jumps. It's a lot of those ooh and ah behaviors because out in the wild, he'd obviously be chasing fish and dolphins, avoiding predators, all kinds of things. Well, here, he gets his food given to him, so he doesn't have to exercise very much if he didn't want to. So by giving him some of these other behaviors, we ensure that he's getting the proper amount of physical exercise. However, we want to keep the fun in our training, so we'll do things for mental stimulation. Something that seems to be new or interesting for these guys to do, just like that. And he's got pretty good aim, doesn't he?
Yes.
I hate to admit it, but his aim is better than mine. I can get a dolphin can throw a ball better than I can. It's all right. These guys are very intelligent. And speaking of their training on a voluntary basis. Basically, what that means is it's up to him if he decides he wants to participate or not. We could ask him to do something, and he could go, I don't want to. We're not going to force him to do it. We use something called positive reinforcement. And basically what that's like is, it's a lot like you and I getting a paycheck at the end of the week. Same type of deal. So we'll ask him to do a behavior. If he decides to do it, he gets a nice little reward. Now, his reward's a little different. He's getting paid in different types of fish, and not money like hopefully all of you guys get. But what can I say? That stuff works just as well for him as money works for you and I. You guys hear that?
No.
That was a little low.
There you go.
A little louder. Anyone know what that's called? It's called vocalizing. These guys can also echolocate. Now, each dolphin has their own signature whistle, but they can also imitate each other, and as Nicholas was demonstrating, other sounds as well. So, where do you guys think those noises were coming from? How many of you guys think it was coming from his mouth? Hands up. No, but his mouth was open. All right, I got you guys today. All right, so where was it coming from if not his mouth? His blowhole, that's right. Even though his mouth is open, dolphins don't have vocal cords. That blowhole, though, is very, very muscular, and that's what allows these guys to make all those different types of sounds. How's Nicholas doing so far? She's not training Nicholas to dance, that's the other way around. So how's Maxie's dancing? Gotta work on that a little bit. That's louder. Now what you're seeing here is what we call a mimicking behavior. Like I said, they learn from their mothers or each other. Copy our trainers as well. Now, before you guys leave today, you need to stop down at the front desk because as cool as these presentations are, how would you guys like to be up close and personal with our dolphins? Yeah, I know you guys would like that. Well, we have lots and lots of opportunities for that. We have many interactive programs. We have photo opportunities. We have what we call a trainer for a day, which is where you get to follow these guys around and find out exactly what it is they do all day. We even have something called a wade program, which is where you get to be on one of the platforms in with one of our females. Panama, you're actually in the water. So again, stop down at the front desk because they have all of that information. Now, as you guys see his belly here, what color is his tummy? It's white, or sometimes it can be light pink, light gray, but it's a lot lighter than his back. Does anyone know what that different coloration is called? No? Well, it's called counter shading. And out in the wild, it's kind of like camouflage. It's something we're looking at from above. On the other hand, it's something we're below him looking up. He would seem to blend in more with the sunlit surface of the water. Now, what he's showing you here is how fast he can swim upside down. He has to take into consideration that the pool is curved. These guys can go up to about 22 miles an hour. So pretty fast. He's having a little fun doing circles right now. They do, like I said, all of our training is voluntary. These guys are very, very intelligent, so they sometimes like to take their presentations into their own fins, and they like to play with our trainers just a little bit. Hold their entire body weight out of the water by just their tail. Now that behavior, actually all the things you're seeing Nicholas do, minus the throwing the ball of course, are things you can see dolphins doing out in the wild. That behavior where he jumped on his side is actually helps with hunting. When he landed, that smacking of the water would stun any fish that are nearby, and he could sit there and then just scoop them all up. These guys also can use echolocation, and I'm going to stop talking to you. You guys hear that? If you're ever out in the ocean, you're hearing that. Might be dolphins nearby. Supposed to let them, Nicholas, not me. That in mind, our cell phones, salt water and electronics tend to not mix so well. You guys are about to get drenched.